Hello and welcome to Yoga with Carolynne. So lovely to have you here. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, please consider becoming one. It's the best way to support this space. Today's practice is one to help balance your energy. Not necessarily as an end goal that you leave this space feeling balanced, but more so to use balance as a practice by moving through a physical class where you have the option to choose if you want to move more or if you want to cultivate more stillness. So please put on your comfy clothes, roll out your mat, grab a couple of blocks, and let's get started. Welcome to Yoga with Carolynne, teaching empaths and sensitive souls just like you how to create a collaborative relationship with your body through cozy, accessible yoga and self-care practices in order to live a life filled with less doing and more being. So as we move through this riverside practice, we are going to be using the element of water to infuse this practice. Because just as sometimes the water is calm like it is today, or some days it is full of turbulent waves, you too have moments where you feel like you need more of this, or you need more of the waves, or maybe you're feeling like this and you need the waves, and vice versa. So this is really a practice where we get to use the healing energy of water to help explore the practice of balance. So you'll start in a comfortable seat, please. I've got a block underneath of my sit bones to help raise the floor up and to feel a little bit more grounded, and it helps to alleviate some pressure from the knees. So that's an option that you can take, a block or a pillow if you've got a pillow nearby. And in terms of the positioning of the hands, we tune in and we arrive here, I'd love for you to explore balance right off the bat by placing one palm down and one palm up. Doesn't matter, don't overthink it, whichever one feels right, because your body just intuitively knows here, and trust in that. And then you can keep the eyes open, or if it would feel helpful for your practice, you can drop the eyelids as you drop your awareness in. And letting yourself arrive. These moments at the beginning of your practice are such special ones as you allow your awareness to really tune in. Giving yourself the gift of your presence, of your awareness. How do you feel as you've stepped into your practice, into this space that is yours? There's no right or wrong answer to that question of how do you feel. It just is what it is. You don't need to change or fix it. Allow yourself to be truthful and honest and really compassionate with yourself. You notice your breath, feeling it move in and out of your body. So depending on the answer to the question of how do you feel, that might prompt how you move through your practice today. If you're feeling like things are a little heavy, a little stagnant, then maybe today you've walked into this space and you need the movement. Or maybe life has been feeling pretty chaotic, pretty overwhelming these days. Then beautiful, this is your opportunity to offer yourself some stillness that your body might need. And if you don't know the answers to those questions, that's okay. This is a practice. Let yourself be carried through with curiosity and love. Take one more breath with me. Inhale, please. Exhale out the mouth, let it go. If the eyes are closed, you can keep them closed. You can also open the eyes if you feel like it'll be helpful for you to see what we're doing for our first little sequence, little exploration of movement and stillness. I'm going to move you through this sequence once, and then I'll let you choose what it is that you need. Take an inhale, reach the hands out and up towards the sky. Palms come to touch up overhead. As you exhale, you bring the hands into heart center. You can even drop the chin here for a nice little stretch in the back line of your neck. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, cross at the fingers and allow the palms of the hands to reach forward as you create space in the back line of your body. Inhale, reach the palms of the hands up towards the sky. Exhale as you bend into the elbows and pull back and down with your arms. The hands eventually meet where the low back is. Take an inhale to reach the knuckles down, the heart shines forward, the gaze looks up. And then exhale as you release. So I'm gonna stay quiet, but I'm gonna continue to demo the sequence so that you get to choose. Do you want to continue to move? Is that what feels really good, really supportive for you? Or maybe there's some pockets of time, some moments within the movement that stillness is calling your name, where you want to savor, marinate in the sensation. You've got time here. There's no right or wrong. There's no better or best. There just is what you need, what you want, what feels good. Get curious. I've given you the blueprint. Where do you want to riff off of it? There's a plan, there's a foundation, but then where do we play? Where do you add your own flavor? Where do you pause and enjoy the sweetness that is the sensation of your body? How does the element of water, healing, movement, stillness play into your practice today? So if you've been moving throughout the entire sequence, and then you've kind of felt this like, oh, what would it feel like if I invited in stillness? Let's meet in stillness together with the hands clasped behind you, the heart shining forward. And take a few deep breaths here. If the stillness still doesn't feel like something you need, what would movement look like within the container of this posture? Does it look like movement in the shoulders? Does it look like movement in the head? Or again, does it look like no movement at all? Because today, you need some calm waters. Take one more inhale as you are. As you exhale, you release the clasp of the hands. Bring the hands back to your knees. Drop the eyelids. Tune back in. Feel the effects. Notice the shifts. You'll softly open up into the eyes. If you've got something underneath of your sit bones, you'll move that out from beneath your body. I'm gonna turn towards the short edge of my mat, but if you're already facing there, beautiful, stay as you are. Extend into the legs and just take a moment here to bring the hands behind you and just kind of soak this in for a moment. You can remain really still if you just want to enjoy the sensation and the extending of the legs, or maybe you want to bring some movement into toes, into ankles, into feet. So we're going to move through another sequence, right? So like as we did before, there was like this sequence where then I kind of show you the blueprint, show you the map, and then you get to explore how you want to maybe stick to the plan, or maybe you want to riff off of it and just find your own flavor. So we're going to move through an opening of the front line of the body and then an opening of the back line of the body. So same exploration as we were doing in seated, but with a little bit of added sensation in the legs. So you'll bring the palms of the hands behind you on the floor. Fingertips are pointing towards your body. Bring the soles of the feet onto the floor, onto the ground. So option one is to keep the hips down on the ground and to simply press into the hands to let the heart shine forward. Option two would be to press into hands and feet and come into reversed table. So pressing the hips towards the sky, avoiding the head dropping back. So creating some extension and back in front of your neck. And then dropping the hips down if they're lifted up. Extending into the legs. Reach the fingertips up towards the sky. Maintain that length and then reach the fingertips forward and down. Blocks might be helpful here if you want to land your hands on blocks. And then you'll bring yourself up. So that's the movement. You're moving between those two shapes. Hands come behind you. Soles of the feet connect to the floor. You press hips up or press heart forward. Release that. Extend legs, reach hands up. Maintain length, reach hands forward and down. Keeping the feet flexed, that'll change the sensation of the back line of your legs. Okay, so then you've got the plan. Now what feels really right? Maybe you don't know yet, so just continue to move. Begin to find the rhythm. Your body begins to know what's going on here. Then your breath becomes part of it. At what point does it feel good to breathe in? At what point does it feel good to breathe out? What relationship are you beginning to create between breath and body? Then once things start to move, the energy begins to flow. The mind begins to clear. Maybe not empty, but maybe become a bit more clear. Your heart opens and intuition begins to speak to you. You might notice, ooh, I think I want to savor this moment of stillness and I don't want to move anymore. Or maybe you want to savor the opposite with the heart shining forward or the hips reaching up and you just want to savor that, or find some stretching movement into the neck. Maybe there's like a wiggling or a spiraling movement that wants to be explored. This practice of connecting with your body, of trusting in your body, is one that you have been convinced you've been told is wrong. There's something wrong with trusting in pleasure and sensation that feels good. But it's not true. This connection with your body, this connection with yourself is spirituality. It's connection with the earth, because you are the same. You're made of the same stuff. Connection with nature, connection with yourself is the same. Let the water move through you and around you. So if you've been moving and that feels really right, then keep moving. If you've been finding stillness and that feels really right, then keep finding stillness. If you're wanting to explore stillness just within like the plan, but it doesn't have to fall within the plan, then the option is there to find a few moments of stillness in this extended leg posture, this extended leg forward fold. Let the head drop. Allow yourself to get lost within the stillness. Or maybe there's still movement that wants to be explored here, with a slight pulsing up and down of the breath, a slight rocking from right to left of the torso or the head. What would feel balancing for you? What would feel healing for you? If you're in the seated forward fold, you'll use the support of your hands to bring yourself back up to seated. Crossing in the legs again to meet back where we began. And you'll bring the hands to the body, one hand on belly, one hand on heart, eyes closed. Letting the practice, the tool of balance, and the element of water to wash over you. And let's take one last breath together. Inhale, fill your ribs, fill your belly, fill your body. Exhale at the mouth, let it go. Softly opening up into the eyes. Thank you so much for joining me during this balancing practice. If you enjoyed today's practice, then please take a look at the link in the description box below. I offer this style of practice twice a week in a live stream setting, and it would be really lovely to have you join. You can drop in at any time during the 10 weeks that I'm offering this during the current season. Liking and commenting and subscribing are the best ways to show your support. It really does help, given that these practices are free. If you want to show your support, those are the best ways to do so, or share the practice with a friend. Thank you so much for being here, and I really look forward to connecting with you again very soon.